Hello. Hi. Hello. How's it going? Welcome. Some of these names I'm not even going to try because I'll slaughter them. But thank you for following. Ahu Gorgon Georgian, Chaklarvad, and Epsons 23. Thank you. Welcome. I'm Big Click Energy. And today, we're going to look at what I've been doing with some Mandalorians. I've been editing them, making them look cool, I think. I don't know. We'll leave it up to the viewer. See what you think. Oop, turn that down just a hair, huh? A little loud. There we go. Easy now. Okay. So what's new? What's up? No way what? Did I say it right? Oh, that's fun. Oh. Yeah, Mandalorian stuff. Let's check it out. So, I think the last thing I was doing was this Mando. I like the way it looks. This is the before. And I saved, I'm done. I've already finished and delivered this, but, and posted it. Actually, this is the one that gets posted tomorrow. I've been posting these ones. But you'll see some newer stuff after this. I saved my work, though, so I can show you exactly what I've done, step by step. Except for my backgrounds. I don't always save those, because I forget. I'm more focused on putting the subject on a background. Got my first proper photos of my kit from, oh, me? I still use it on your trading. Oh, that's awesome. That's really rad. Cool. That's awesome. Oh, glad to know that. So, whoop. So this is the background I made. And then I got busy taking very carefully. I think, let me show you, right? Step by step. So I gotta get better at explaining what I do here. So the first thing that you want to do, I hate the pen tool. I've always been taught or shown pen tool, and I think it's a disgusting object. I'll never use it. I don't even know where the hell it is. So the thing I gravitate towards is the quick select, or now Photoshop has a new feature that because of their AI implementation, they have where you can quick select your subject. It's not perfect. It gets pretty dang close, but it ain't perfect. Especially when you have a busy background going on. It works best when you have, like, you know, a plain white, neutral, whatever kind of a background. But anyway, I don't dick around with the AI in Photoshop, but I do use this select subject. So that's the first thing I would do. But see how it's not perfect? See these little marching ants, this little line? That's showing me what's selected, and it's not perfect. So what I would do then is take my quick selection tool and go in and start selecting where I want it to be selected. I'm doing a sloppy job now because I've already done this. But then let's say you go around with your quick selection tool, and it's only so good as well. Like, it's not exactly perfect. So the next thing I would do is a 3-step process. I would come up here, click inverse, go to this thing, which, I'm sorry, see my mouse moving over here? I can't move my head right now, but this thing, it's some kind of masking thing. It's at the bottom of the toolbar in Photoshop. And it turns things whatever color you want it to, but I select red, since red doesn't pop up a lot in photos. And you see how, oh, my quick selection even missed some stuff. So with this on, I can take black and white and whoop, we'll turn that opacity way up and start manually painting in where I want that selection to be. And I'll do that all over, and it's tedious, and that's why I don't sit here and do it on stream all the time, because it could be a little boring, because it takes a while. But eventually I get to a point where I have, hold on, let me back the hell up, turn this off. Everybody calm down. Just chill out. Alright. So I'll have the selection perfect enough that I can remove it from the background. And this is the one I've worked on before. So this one you can tell I went in and like hand painted with that masking tool that you just saw. just to get every bit of it selected just right. So yeah, that's why this shit takes time, because I'm doing my best to make a clean selection. When I first started, there's some old photos, some old cosplay edits, like my first handful I can go back and look at the edges, and I'm like, oh, I missed. Oh, I missed a spot. Uh-oh. Oh no. So yeah. Now I'm thorough. I've learned over the years how to do a better job about it. Okay. So what I've done now is my next step would be to this is selected fresh off the background. That's the original lighting, right? Yeah, nothing changes when I take that away. There's a second layer there, nothing's changing. So what I do, I've figured out the background that I wanted. That's a whole different series of events. My backgrounds take up as many layers in space and time as this final product does. You just don't see it coming all together because it's just a bunch of composite shit. I'll do textures and colors and just little things that I picked up in college, like how to do in Photoshop and create my own backgrounds. Now AI is kind of helpful in getting like a base texture or a base environment that I want, and then I can add more to it or tweak it. It's really nice for getting things where I want them. Like I've told Photoshop to AI to do a couple of things for me with backgrounds. That's come in clutch, but I still end up doing a lot of work. So it's not like AI's not doing my job for me yet, but it's helping a little bit. I try to find ways for it to help. Anyway, back to this. So the next thing, ooh, all the little insights. Yeah, it's fun, huh? So the next thing that I do is take that layer, duplicate it. I end up duplicating it a couple of times, but first just once. And I'll use the tool. They have these new tools, not too new, it's been around a few years. But neural filters. This also saves me a ton of time, and I guess technically it's AI. But what I'll do here is the layer you're selected is the subject that you want to blend to the background, and then you select the background. I'm not going to do it because I've already done it here. But then you can adjust these sliders to get exactly the look that you want. And I've already done that here, so you can see that's what I ended up with. It gave me a pretty good adjustment right off the bat. And I could put in any color background and it'll adjust to that background, right? It'll just draw from all the pixels that are there on the background, give you an average pixel and, you know, like a color, I guess. Give you an average color of what's in that background. And yeah, it's pretty neat how it just kind of harmonizes the subject of the back. I guess that's why it's called Harmonizer. But anyway, I'll take another layer of this, clone it, copy it, duplicate it, whatever you want to call it. And now you'll notice my blending mode has changed. So I typically stick within hard light, soft light, or overlay. It just kind of depends. But I'll do this even if someone's not wearing full armor. I'll do it even if you can see a face. It just depends on the background and how much I want them saturated and standing out from that background, but also looking like they're there, if that makes any sense. That's hard to explain. So with this I have a little bit of an overlay, and I've adjusted the strength of it here. And of course then it's not done. It's getting closer though. It looks better than the original lighting. Yeah? So slow things, little baby steps. And then I put in a drop shadow because, yeah, it helps, especially when you have a subject standing so close to like what would be a surface, like this would be a stone wall that's all lit up behind him. He should have a little bit of shadow there from the light hitting him. And what's this? What's this layer? Oh, I zhuzhed up the faceplate there. And this layer, this is where we get into here. Let me disappear the rest of these real quick. And yeah, check it out. So what I've done is I just kind of go in and select the colors of what's there and enhance them, improve upon them. So I would have I would have taken my color dropper tool like this, gone in, selected something, found the right mid-tone for what's on the subject, in this case the color of his armor. He's got purple, blue, a little bit of red in there, mostly black. And I just paint over all that to improve it, make it better. I've done it with, I actually started, excuse me, there's something in my eye. I actually started doing it with, one time I had a drag queen that her lipstick was a little, not great. She had been in drag all day, bless her heart, which is hard, you know, like, come on, be in makeup and heels for 12 hours, it's not easy. But this drag queen was doing it, and her photo shoot was unfortunately that evening with me, and so she refreshed as much as she could, but still, like, it was the kind of lipstick, I doubt anybody watching this understands, but it's the all day kind where it kind of dries down and you have to keep moisturizing it or it gets kind of crusty and weird and flakes off, and that happened a little bit while we were shooting, and I fixed it. I started painting in, post-production painted in her lipstick, fixed her nail polish, and added a little extra color saturation to her eye makeup just to make it pop. But yeah, I won't point her out, but that picture's on my website, so go check out the drag section. See if you can guess which one. I usually touch up nails and shit, like, we all have accidents, nail polish chips and stuff, and you don't want that in a picture. So I don't mind color matching and fixing your nail polish and makeup and stuff like that. But in this case, I'm just zhuzhing. I'm little, you know, saturating the armor, making it look a little bit more zhuzhed, I guess, for lack of a better word. So yeah, let me bring all this back. We can see what we're doing. So that's just, yeah, put a little purple down where it's purple, a little black where it's black, white where it's white, so on and so forth. And then I start blending and using lighting effects to kind of, I have a background, I have a midground, that's my subject, and then I have as much foreground shit as I can cram in there. I'm getting better at it. It's not about cramming, it's about finding the right element. But I usually use lighting effects to kind of melt that subject, that background a little bit better, make them look like they're both in the same place. Excuse me. Or like, for example, if my subject is outside and there's a need, like recently we looked at the fox Mando and the owl Mando, and I put them in woodland situations, and there was like a fog element that I put in front of that subject that kind of helped it blend in. That was nice. So yeah, that's where this is going. Lighting, mostly just lighting layers for this guy, more lighting, just to kind of, like, yeah, that light's really shining on that helmet, you know, and that background. They're both being touched by that light source. That's the idea. That's the hope, that you're convinced, at least. And then I think that's it. That's where I left that, but that's not where it's done. I kick it back over to Lightroom after it's done with Photoshop. First, it's just Lightroom, right? First, we start with this, and we crop, and we do basic color correcting. That's why these have been moved around, you know? And then we come over, we take that, we pick, you know, like, I didn't want to edit this one, fancy, or this one, or this, whatever. So I chose this one, kicked over to Photoshop, did all that stuff we just looked at, and then when I get it back over to Lightroom, I have years worth of presets that I've developed and made from, each one is just a different, amalgamation of these sliders, like just a different pattern, like, you know, different series setting. I can't think of there's a word I want, and come on, brain. There's a word I want in there that I can't think of. But anyway, I'll find a preset that I like, or a couple, usually a handful, and I'll blend a few together, and I'll adjust some stuff over here, because not everything's perfect, and I'll get to a final product. And for this one, that was it. That was the final product. So, pretty cool. Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking at chat. I was just talking. Hello. Oh, hey, Low Bass, how's it going? You're actually here. That's good. Did I ever send you my metric crap ton of Lightroom presets? I think you did. I might have lost the link. No. I think you didn't. And I did download some, actually. But I might have lost the link if I didn't bookmark it. But I did download some of your presets. They're in here. Not sure where they're buried. There's a lot. There's a lot. Just fucking trees on trees just drop down. It's a lot. But they all come in handy for different things. I can't get rid of them. I've gotten rid of some, but there's a few that I just literally have become like staples for me. Like, it defines, there's a couple presets that just define my work at this point. Like, I always use them. But yeah, that was the finished product for this guy. No, it's not a small number of presets. Not at all. Yeah, you did. You sent me that once. Once upon a time. Oops. My footstool moved. Sorry. So that's that one. That's where we left that guy. And what's the next thing I'm going to show you? Ooh, what's next? Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to save this, though. I don't save my Photoshop files because most people don't want me to change stuff. And at this point, once I've already made a piece, I'm not really willing to change a lot unless you want to pay me. So, like, we could just, commission a whole new piece. That's different. We would just make a whole new thing. At this point, I would just start from scratch. I discovered today that ChatGPT can deconstruct capture one preset, so I uploaded my keyword groups to it and taught it to keyword like I do, so now I can give it animal species. Oh boy. Wow. How exciting. That's pretty cool. Have fun with that. Have fun with that. Let's see, I'm not going to save this. Don't need to do that. Oh, I should be doing shout outs, huh? We got so many new followers. I'm not even going to try to say the first one. I'll just say AG. We got Traclarvod? I want to say Traclarvod, but it could be Traclarvod? I don't know. And then F Sons. Thank you for following. You guys are sweet. Now I'm wondering if I upload, haven't analyzed my style brush. That'd be interesting. Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Damn. What are we gonna do with AI, huh? I was talking to some other photographers about it, and they're like, "Oh, why would you ever use AI?" And I'm like, "Well, think about what I do. Not in everything, obviously. Not in your day-to-day doing families, weddings, birthdays, pets, whatever photography. Not in that. But like with the composite artsy-fartsy crap that I do with these cosplays and stuff, like, why not? If it can save me a couple of steps, I'm not letting it do a bunch of work for me. Exactly. Like, it's not replacing stuff. I'm still compositing and doing, my thing. But like, it's helpful. it's helping a little bit. We'll see how long that goes before Capture One sues them. Yeah, good luck. Alright, let's see. What's the next thing? Aha! The next one. Ooh, this is a little sneaky peek. This one is the one that gets shared tomorrow. I decided this was the grid post, so it's going to be a big-ass grid. Because it's vertical. It's easier to share grids when they're... If you look at I'm talking about my Instagram, if you're not familiar. Go look at my Instagram, Big Click Energy 1. Somebody already had the name Big Click Energy for some fucking reason. But Big Click Energy 1. And you'll notice why I'm talking about grid. I always post 1, 2, 3 different pictures and then one grid, and it's broken up into several squares. It's typically 6 because I'll use a landscape orientation image for that. But every once in a while I end up with a portrait orientation or a vertical, whichever way your brain wants to think about it. And it's a lot more squares. So this one gets broken up into 12, for example. So stay tuned for that. That's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to take me probably a half an hour to upload the damn thing because I do it manually. But it'll be fun. So, another random thing. What? A fairly respectable photography podcast has invited me to be a guest to talk about Twitch in our community. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's awesome. Good luck with that. Talk about us. Talk about us. So same steps as before with this one. Select subject, quick select tool. Neither of those are perfect, but you can really, really narrow it down. And then I come over here to this little masky fellow and use that. Let's see how that looks here. Oh, I didn't. Okay, never mind. Can I use it here? Yeah. Okay. Oh shit. Turn it off. I will give favorable mention to whoever gives me the biggest bribe. Well, I'm perpetually broke, mostly, sort of, kind of. Occasionally have money. Occasionally. I have an artist's life, so, yeah. I can't afford bribes, man. That's why I can't afford... I don't have a politician. If I could afford bribes, I'd have my own politician. In other words, you're a photographer. Yeah, exactly. Whoopsie daisy. So, as I was saying, I selected this guy, went in and refined that selection with that little masking tool and the paintbrush. And that's pretty handy, actually, because when you're in that mode, you want to have black and white selected, and black fills in, white acts as an eraser, so you don't have to fuss around with any other tools. You just go into that mode and use the paintbrush. It's pretty handy. I like it. So then I cloned and did a neural filter, which helps harmonize to the background that I chose. Another stony texture that is in the color scheme of his armor. I don't know. That's what I decided to do. That's what happened. If you don't like it, you do something else. And see what I do there. Here's the overlay, just to kind of blend it down a little bit more. I don't know. I feel like an overlay adds a little more saturation to that layer. It's not so mattified. It's obviously different. And then there's that little bit of shadow just to separate him from the background. That really helps. I love that. That drives me crazy. I love it. And then I got my painted layers where I've clearly painted over it. Can't put me in a box. Yeah, right. So I'm going to do something else. Okay, well, good. Do something else. And then there's that. Kind of zhuzhed up those colors. I'm just curious what that looks like without all this shit behind it. Huh. Yeah. Might have been a little heavy-handed right here. just a smidge. A smidge. Turn all that back on. Oh, that shadow, though. Fucking chef's kiss. Oh, and to get that shadow, it's just take this layer that you have, your selected subject that you worked so fucking hard to get, and after you've copied it to death, copy it one more time and select it, like, hit command. I'm on a Mac, so I'd hit command and select it, and then take that paintbrush, whip it all the way up to 100 and make it big, and just boop boop boop, paint that in black, and then blur it to like 100, Gaussian blur. So I have a command B as my quick command for a Gaussian blur that I can do, and I slide that up to like 170-ish, 180, somewhere between there, and it'll give you a nice blur of exactly your subject shape. And you can make it big, make it small, move it around. It's way better than trying to use special effects. Those are good for like text. They're not good for like people. So once I learned that trick, I was like, oh fuck me, why did I never think about that? That's awesome. That's a great tip. Sub expired. Oh! Shit, I need to use my, I need to sub to somebody. That's another thing. Oh yeah, I should mention that. I'm on Twitch. Hi, welcome. If you have an Amazon Prime sub, you can Prime it for free. You can sub, use that sub. You don't have to use it on me, but use it on somebody. Don't let Jeff Bezos keep the money. So what did I do next? Excuse me. Looks like I adjusted some light, added some lighting effects, got a little crazy with it. I left it there. Alright. I must have been happy with that. And then that's fine. And then I put it back over here. It's good. Yeah. And then I did some presets in Lightroom. I never get too, what should I say? I never get too, like, attached to it right when it comes, like, right when I'm done with it in Photoshop, because I know that I have a history, and I know myself, and I'm going to put it back in Lightroom, and I'm going to find some preset that enhances it just a little bit more, or changes it completely. In some cases, it's like, oh shit, I found this desaturation thing that I really like for this image, or whatever the case may be. But I think I made it work here, because I think it looks like that light is touching right here. Like that is that haziness around the light kind of just kisses the whole subject, if you will. It's nice. It gives it keys. So those are those two. That's that. That's what I did for the rhino. I only did a few for each one. There was one I got a little carried away with, but I like the subject. We're gonna go over that today. But let's get there. So we're done with that fella. Ooh, back on the logo. Alright, what's next? This guy. I'll just run through this real quick. This was an easy one. I found this background, well, made it. Started adjusting. There was a little fog in the background. For the first time I did fog in the foreground and background just to see if it would make a difference. It does to my eyes, but not everybody else's, I guess. More selecting, cloning, overlaying. Oh, I picked overlay for this one. Fog. And a bunch of light adjustments. Try to make it look like it's there. I never said I was good at this. I never claimed to be. But then, where the frick is he? There he is. So, put it back over here. Probably found a preset that I liked, and that's where I landed on that one. I'm not mad at it. I kind of like it. There's enough light hitting that background that tells me this light is believable. Like, oh yeah, this is lit. So, yeah, I don't know. I like that. I didn't put him outside the scene. I just kind of wanted to put him in front of a kind of a futuristic wall or something. When I can do walls, I like to do walls because then I can play with shadow. But sometimes characters look good outside. Let's see, what's next? Just ran through that real quick. Yes, I did stuff with the armorer. I tried my best to make a background. Oh boy. Put these together. Put her together there. There. It's something simple. I painted, basically took a picture, like a screenshot that I found on the internet of the armorer's forge, and then put it in Photoshop, painted over. I should fucking stream that because that could be cool. But then I painted over it, and like basically made my own version of it, like a heavily blurred and painted. Like it's just paint. Like I didn't. It's literally brushstrokes. It's just color. And I kind of like did a kind of a ghostly tracing, I guess, of it. And then blurred it out enough and made it a background for one of these close-ups. It's like, that's kind of cool. Kind of believe it's back there. But if you look too close, it's like, oh, that's just painted. It's not a picture, it's a painting. I don't like to paint too much because I'm not good at it. But that's what I did for that. And then kick that back over in Lightroom. I guess we could look at these. Let's get through them in Photoshop first. Oh, hey! Oh, hey! Hikari Rose. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you, and thank you. You too. Dude, you moved away and I haven't seen you in a while. But if you ever come back, let me know. We'll do something. We'll have a shoot. Hope you're doing well. I follow you still. I see your cosplays. I see what you're up to. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hi. Appreciate it. It's nice to hear from you. I'm glad you're out there in the world. So this one, same steps, just over and over again. Different background, same steps. Different elements, but essentially same steps to get to the end result. So that's that one. Was there more of the armorer? Nope. Oh, we're getting to the Nautilin. Okay, hold on. Alright, so before we look at the Nautilin, let's go check out the finished, like, totally completed version of these. That's before. That's after some presets and things like that. That's fun. I'm hoping to be your area in August. Oh, it's gonna be hot. Ew, why August? It's hot. Come back like October. Lather, rinse, repeat, right? Yes. Well, if you're going to be around in August, we should hang out for sure. And if you want to do a shoot, bring a cosplay. We can do something. So there's that one. And then this was the other. And I just kind of made up a forge for the other one because I don't want to get in trouble with Star Wars, Lucasfilm, Disney, whoever wants to come after me. The mouse. I don't need the mouse breathing down my neck. So, blue fire, stone walls, you get the idea. They're in a forge. It just may not be that forge. But it's cool. I think it's neat. What was the next one? Oh, yes, the Nautilus. Oh, yes. Let's get there. These are the latest ones. I just got these done literally yesterday. That's why I didn't stream yesterday, because I really wanted to get all the Mandos done by the end of the month. And I did, technically, get all the Mandalorians done by the end of the month, but there's still 2 other characters. The Sith, not Sith, I'm sorry, my brain's not working today. The Empire pilots. Whoever the hell I had a few of them there. They're not technically Mandalorians. I just saved them for last because I wanted to get all the Mandos out of the way. It was a Mando event, so Mandos kind of took a little priority there. But anyway, do you ever notice the shampoo bottle doesn't tell you when to stop? There's probably some idiot still in the shower. Probably so. I learned from a hairdresser. Taught me how to like hair. Well, I started dyeing my hair wild colors and bleaching it and damaging it basically with chemicals. And they told me only wash your hair twice a week, which is what I do anyway, because if not, you'll strip it of all of its natural oils and protections. Wash it twice a week, and when you do wash it twice. Wash it until, even with the no suds shampoo that you're supposed to use on like super colored hair, like when you have the bright colors like I had. I still have a little red in there, and I still use that shampoo. So it's like it doesn't sulfate. It doesn't have sulfates in it. It doesn't suds up. But I can get it to because it reacts to colored hair. But with washing it twice, the first wash gets all the base dirt and oil out, and then washing it again, like immediately in the same shower, gets all the once you get that special shampoo sudsing up on a colored hair, it really gets a nice clean, and you don't have to clean it again for like 3 days. It's really nice. And then I condition the living shit out of it, and right now I'll get a tube of color from my hairdresser, like directly straight up, like the color they mix with a brush and put on your hair. I dump that into a conditioner bottle, just the whole tube, and then I get red conditioner or purple conditioner or blue conditioner. Like whatever color I have at the time, I'll have that color conditioner. So every time I take a shower and condition my hair, even right now, it's depositing red dye onto my hair every time. So keeps your color fresh. So if you ever want to go crazy, if anybody out there, I know Low Base doesn't have any hair, but if anybody out there has hair and you ever want to do wild colors, that's my tip, is wash it twice a week. I know shit happens though, like you get dirty, something happens, well, whatever, bird shits on your head, I don't know. It's like, wash your hair. But, condition it with your color included, and you'll see that shit won't fade for months. Like, the reds will turn to pink, blues will, color kind of goes pastel over time. Not if you keep dumping it in your hair twice a week with your conditioner. It's pretty nice. And then you do that before you do everything else in the shower, so it's sitting there for 5 or 10 minutes. Then rinse it out. That's the trick. That's how I keep my bright colors bright on my head. The idiot is me. Oh, god damn it, Josh. You're dyeing your hair right now? Really? Oh, that's fun. What color? Are you serious? Because that's cool. What color? I think I've done a little bit of everything. I've had blue, purple, orange. I had like a phoenix thing once. It was my hairdresser's idea. I had red. I had fire truck red for like 4 years, but they were getting my roots out one time, putting, lightening them, putting bleach down. and doing a bleach wash on the rest, and they noticed it just looked really dope to have like platinum blonde hair bleeding into the red. And so their idea was bright like Skittles yellow, like a bright highlighter yellow, and then orange, and then red, and like a nice, like a fire, like fire. They called it the Phoenix, but it was like I just look like I look like fucking Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. My hair, I just look like I had a flame head. But it only lasts, because yellow is the root, that lasts for a whopping 2 weeks, and then once my natural brunette grows out, bye-bye flame hair. It started getting ugly after that. But anyway. But yeah, and my favorite color that I love the red. Now I have black and red mixed together, and I'm obsessed. I love it, and I keep my sides as shaved as I can. But my favorite that I ever did was a glow in the dark. Well, it was UV reactive. Basically, in daylight, my hair was the color of a tennis ball, which was pretty bright, but put me in a black light, and it was like, pew! It was pretty cool. Mint green and purple. Ooh, that's nice. That'll be a nice combo. That's cute. I want to see. I have to tune into your next stream. That's dope, dude. So this one, let me get back to showing you what I'm doing here and quit talking about hair. But there's the hair tips, Josh. You know, if you want to keep that, save a little bit of your color, or go get another tube of what you got and dump that shit into your conditioner. And then when you condition, you know, if you're doing green and purple, be careful. Don't dump your purple on your green. But when you condition, you can keep that purple, and you can, you know, keep that green. Depending upon which one you want to keep brighter. Oh, goody. Yeah. You know what to do. Yeah, that's my trick. Just dump a whole tube of that shit in the conditioner bottle, and then you got your own colored conditioner. Because colored conditioners can be expensive on their own. Redken. I don't know what the fuck I use. Right now I think I'm on Joico. But before that I had a conditioner. I splurged a couple of years ago. So long ago, it was before I moved. But I got... the shampoo and the conditioner together were like $130. It was the most I ever spent on shampoo and conditioner. And it was only because I wanted to. At the time, I was like, I really want to try this shit. And it was life-changing shit, but I can't afford it all the time. But I kept the bottles, and I just put Joico in them with my hair dye. Because they're nice pump bottles. The bottles were half the reason why I fucking bought them. Couldn't tell you the name of the brand or anything like that. Totally forgot. And I see the bottles every day in my damn shower. Oh, and if you don't want to wash your hair, if you want to shower every day like normal people and not wash your hair, shower caps. I have a few of them. They come in very handy, especially when you're on vacation and you don't want to wash your hair. So for this background, I went, you know, like I do, separately, go in and layer a bunch of shit, because the backgrounds end up being as big as... With all these, like, this is almost a 5 gig file here by itself. Just putting the subject into a background. Making the background becomes a 5 gig file by itself. So if I did the background and did the subject on the background all in the same shebang, it would be too big. And things would start chugging. No matter how awesome, I mean, I got a pretty awesome computer, but no matter how awesome, I don't want to do that to it. That's too much. So I went and did this separately, and saved it, exported it as a JPEG. Now I have that image that I want to use as a background. I guess I'll just start saving those files too and showing, if people are interested. I don't know, I figured the most interesting part of this process was getting the subject in the background, but if you want to see how the backgrounds are made, I could also do that. I just use the Redken Color Stay. It works well and it's kind of cheap. $25. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, what I do is, I don't know where you live or anything, but I live in a city, so I have access to like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, those kinds of places, which are, I think, owned by the same fucking company. But I'll go to TJ Maxx, go to their bath section, I guess, check out the shampoo area, and sometimes they'll have like big boy bottles of like salon brand hair care, like Joico, Redken, Matrix, that kind of shit that you usually find in a salon for $30 a bottle. But I'll find a bit like the big, like a fucking gallon, like a big thing with a pump of Joico for colored hair. And it's like what would normally be a $50 bottle at a salon is like $20 at a TJ Maxx. And I'm still, the 2 big bottles I bought last year, like this time last year, I'm still going through them. So like I don't use a lot. I also have had very short hair for a while. So now that my hair is getting a little longer, I'll probably start going through a little more conditioner. But for the most part, shit, those big bottles last. And then I take that and just dump a butt ton of straight up color, the same color that goes on my hair. I'll pay my hair person an extra $15. They'll go to the hair place, get the color, and bring it back to me, and I'll take that whole tube and empty it in a bottle of conditioner until the conditioner is the same color as the dye. So it is like every time I take a shower, I'm dyeing my hair. My hands get red and shit too. But pretty much every time I take a shower, I'm dyeing my hair again. Not just color saving it, but straight up depositing color in it again, over and over and over. So it's always fresh. I couldn't tell you the last time my hair was actually colored, but like by a person. It's been a few months for sure, but it's still pretty damn red. It hasn't faded to pink yet, because I keep dumping a bunch of color on it all the time. I'm happy with it. I noticed my stuff was fading sometimes, and I was like, there's got to be a better way. And then someone was like, oh, just take the color and straight up, put it in whatever conditioner you want. You can have the cheapest, shittiest conditioner, like fucking Pantene. I would never put that shit on my hair anymore, but you could have that and dump a bunch of color in it and color condition your hair. Pretty handy. So anyway, sorry. Back to this. So for this, I took the subject they were sitting on a totally different surface here, right? And usually when someone's sitting on something, I'm like, I'm limited, because I'm like, can I edit that? Can I really make that look like they're sitting on something else? Or the first thing I tried was to cut out the entire thing with them on it, with her on it. And then that rock didn't really blend with the other rocks that I had come up with. So I just cut her off the rock completely and put in a different rock. And if you haven't tuned in before, what I do for these backgrounds is typically with a little bit of AI, sometimes, not all the time. For this one, I didn't use AI at all. But what I did for this is found NASA, everything that comes out of the Hubble, or the new one, what's the name of the new telescope? I forget. But everything that comes out of that's public domain. I use space. You can find space in everything that I use. You can find it in my logo. You can find it in a lot of stuff. I don't know why, but I have an obsession with it, but I put the cosmos into everything that I like, anything that I can. Space. So it's nice working with characters that are supposed to be from outer space, because then I have an excuse. And it's not weird and forced. But I found some, space shit, NASA, Hubble stuff, and sometimes I'll blend different things together to get a more like alien space environment. This is just the Milky Way. That's all that is. And then I put that through a filter, made it look more like a painting, aesthetic choice. And then I blended it through public domain pictures of like beaches, rocks. This is a rock PNG that I found. You can just find rocks. Like I have a few memberships to things where I get source materials, because everything I do is composite. So it's a lot of just public domain shit. Other photos I take in when I go on vacation or take a road trip with a friend or something, I'll sometimes take my camera just to get landscape shots so that I can use them in photos in the future. Just so I'm not always pulling from the public domain. James Webb, that's it, thank you. Hubble's just an easier word. That Hubble was a thing when I was a kid, that's why I remember it so well. James Webb, thank you. Beautiful images coming out of that. You used AI? Fraud. Oh, yeah. Well, you've heard me explain it. I use it kind of like a helper. It helps. I don't always use the images AI gives me either. Like this one, I didn't use AI. I use AI to get like a rough draft of an idea, but then I'll leave it. I won't even download the image. I'll just go make it myself. Just be like, I bet I could make that. But I've been compositing shit for a while. It's not really that hard. So for this, it's like, what did I do? I'll just show you sometime. I'll just fucking save the Photoshop file next time. But pictures, this is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's probably 5 elements in here. There, maybe 6. Did I do the sand separately? I can't remember. There's beach, there's ocean. There's this background, which is actually a desert background. This was a sand dune. This is a public domain picture of some like duney desert shit. But I wanted it to be like a deserty ocean, like alien, I don't know. And then I found a beach scene with rocks. So this is real somewhere in the world. I don't know, but it exists. And then I just paint in my shadows where I want my light coming from. So, or I find it. If it's either, the shadows either come how I like them or I make them how I like them. And then I might have placed these rocks in here separately. That's why I think there might be 6 elements. And then the space is actually overlaid. You can see how I overlaid it over everything. I left stars down here just for fun. That's an aesthetic choice. I should have probably erased it right along this horizon line so they weren't bleeding over, but I liked it, so I left it. But yeah, that's compositing 101, just taking different shit and stacking it all up until you got 15 layers of crap, and then you smash it all down into one layer and you got a background. That's what I did. I have a book. I still have some of my books from college when I did Photoshop. One of them's about surrealism, and it was the one that was the most interesting to me because it's got a weird cover. It's got weird cover art, but it taught me the most about compositing. Just taking elements, just like, oh, you like this picture of a, like for example, one assignment I had in school was we had to take a scene. An empty scene, like my example that I made. I don't know if I have it saved. I'll have to dig through a hard drive offline, and if I have it saved, I'll show you on the next stream. But the assignment I did was take an empty picture of a street. I picked like a Tokyo style street, and then I put people in, and it was empty. Like it was an empty street, like they'd taken a picture during a movie or something. But I found an empty street picture on public domain. Everything was public domain. We had to learn how to do that shit in college, how to use Creative Commons and stuff like that. And I added people, and like people who were scared, and people who were running, and people who were walking, and people who were pointing, different people in different things. Took those things out of their own pictures, dropped them all into this one picture. Put like I found a public domain picture of a squid, a deep sea squid, and it was like just a really nice photo. Whatever scientist took that photo, well done. But I found a picture of a squid that I really liked, and it was like a squid coming at the camera, like all of his tentacles were reared back, And I took that and I cut it out and made him like 60, 50, like, I don't know, 100 fucking feet tall. He was massive, and I made it look like this giant squid was coming over and like taking over Tokyo or something. But that was the first time I really was able to wrap my head around like, oh, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Like, I can take anything from anywhere and make it a cohesive scene. And then I applied that, once I started applying that to cosplay photography, I was like, oh, I could actually take this character and put them in a world that is reminiscent of somewhere they might actually be seen if they were in the real world, right? So, or if I fall flat on ideas for something like an environment, I'll just put you up against a wall that matches your outfit, like the stone texture wall, something like that. Excuse me. But yeah, that's what I try to do. So I actually I don't need AI for this shit. I can composite scenes. I did a bunch of it in college and had a lot of fun. And I should try to find those, because I know I have those assignments saved somewhere. And it would be fun to show and tell some old shit. Those assignments are like 10 years old now. I think I went to school for photography in 2014. Oh my god. 2015? Yeah, something like that. They're almost 10 years old now. What? I've lived next to NASA for so long, I just remember all the things. Oh, that's cool. That's gotta be fun for if you live like near where they launch shit. That's gotta be cool. So I made that background, saved it. Found a rock that I liked. Went through a lot of rocks for this, actually. Went through like 5 rocks. Found one that I finally liked because I had to not only consider her sitting, but her foot's on the damn thing, and this is resting on the surface, so it can't be like too slanted on one side where the mask would realistically be sliding off, like, or the helmet, not a mask, sorry, bucket, they call them buckets, for Christ's sake. I've been corrected so many fucking times by Star Wars cosplayers. They're like, this is a bucket, not a helmet, and I'm like, you're right, it wouldn't save you in an accident, would it? It's just a bucket on your head. But anyway, I did the typical select thing, started selecting, used the select subject, refined it with the quick select, refined it even further with the masking tool and the paintbrush, and then copied the living shit out of it, which is just dragging it, drag right here, drag and drop down to this little plus. And you can end up with all these copies, and one of them I turn into a shadow, as I explained before. Whoa, what is going on? What? Oh, I don't think that needs to be highlighted. That was just an example. I don't even know what half of these are now. Okay, that's shadows. Looks like I'm trying to blend. Okay, yeah. Tried to blend her as best as I could into that rock. Not into it, but I hope it looks like she's sitting on it and casting some sort of shadow in the environment. And then the rest is where it gets good. All these lighting effects. That kind of... Oh, yeah. I added some sand texture down there. That helped break up that... Shadow looked a little too solid right here. And this texture just kind of breaks it up a little bit, I think. So that's... Yeah, that works out. There's more? I added more texture. And some fog. Because why not? Could be early morning on the beach. Who knows? It's a starry sky. That's it. That's where I left that. And then I put it back into Photoshop. Or Lightroom, pardon me. Probably did something with a preset. Oh shit, did I lose my texture? No, it's still there. It's still there. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like it. I think it's cool. Just doing something on a alien beach. Sitting on a rock, sharpening their tool. Their knife. Pretty neat. And then the next one... Let's see, how many did I do? Oh shoot, there's this one. Let's see. I did a handful for this cosplayer because I like this outfit. This kit. It's cool. Ah yes, this one. They had their helmet off. Bucket, damn it. Oh yeah, good luck. Have fun. Have fun making a mess. Let's see. So here's the 4. Made a background that I liked. That was a lot easier. That's just PNGs. I don't know what's a PNG. It's something with a transparent background. It's a thing. It's an object with a transparent background. So PNGs of plants, a beach, sand, and then ocean. So this is sand is one element, ocean's another element, the sky is another element, the clouds are another element. And the plants are their own elements that I just staggered around until I liked the way they looked. So however many elements that is, and each one's its own layer. So that's why I don't do it all at once, because it would be too big. Too much. It's too much. But once I did once I did finish and find a background that I was happy with, flatten it, save it, export it as just a simple JPEG. That way it's not 50 fucking gigs of data rolling around on my computer. That's why I don't save that shit. That's why I'm getting used to saving PSDs now for Twitch so that you can see my work, so I'm not just sitting here showing you a finished thing and not telling you how I made it. So, anyway, same steps as before. In fact, you can see here, I came in, got a little closer, and fixed up some of this kit's been worn. It's been loved. So I fixed up some of the chips in the eyes there. How the fuck does she see through that? I don't understand. I mean, they just very dark, probably like welder's goggles. Probably just real dark in there. Just crazy. This is amazing. Her cosplay is fucking incredible. Every time I've seen her, just incredible work. Nope, too close. Back up. So here I'm just wash, rinse, repeat steps as before. Selecting, getting the subject onto the background that I want. And then here, I fix. Lightened up. Her lipstick was a little patchy in the middle. We always, right around here, we eat, stuff like that. Talk, move our mouths for more than a little bit, lipstick moves around. So I filled that in just a little bit. Also filled in on the mask here where I think gold was. She could correct me. If you're watching this, you're more than welcome to correct me if I'm wrong. I can change that. But I thought that I could clean that up, fill that in. What else did I do? Oh yeah, brighten up that lipstick. Made it real gold. Brightened her up even more. Threw down some shadow, some texture, some light. And apparently I was happy with that. Kick it back over to Lightroom. Yeah, there's definitely a preset or two on there. But I'm happy with that. I think that's beautiful. I think she's there. She's on the beach. Yeah. I like it. And then there's two more for her. So we gotta check those out. Close this. Don't want to change, don't want to do anything with that. I did a different bit. This is what these two I actually did first, and then those two I just showed you I did last. And the vibe was going to be more of a synthwave, beachy, alien planet vibe, but then I kind of went with like that's why I did so many, because I wanted both. I wanted the best of both. I was like, well, let's do one that looks kind of natural, and then one that's, you know, what I want, synthwave. So, yeah, let's show you that. Let me get my hair out of my freaking... My hair's long. I'm not used to it. I've had short hair for so long. I used to have really long hair down to like here, and then I shaved my head. And then I grew it out a little short, and then I shaved it again. And now we're here. Let's see where we are with her. Alright, so for this one, a lot of filtering. I got a thing for, ever since the first time I did cosplay edits, I like to use these old ancient Photoshop filters up here in the filter gallery. It's not open right now because I'm not on a layer, but right here, this is the old boy. The new thing is neural filters, and they're groovy. I've shown you the harmonization tool. I love it. It's super fucking helpful. It takes out a bunch of steps for me with masks and clipping and all that shit. But the old boy is the filter gallery, and that's where you can basically just kind of overlay different styles and textures over to your overall image. So you can take a picture and make it look like a painting. Different style brush strokes, different kind of line design stuff, like black and white, smudge stick, wet canvas, like all these different paint styles, oil on can, like you can really change the look of something. And I've always had the habit of, if you look really close at a lot of my cosplay stuff that I've edited, and just kind of look into it, you'll see that not all of the backgrounds look like a picture perfect thing. They look a little painted. Like my Deadpool, I did it to the whole subject. I made him look like he was drawn. I took a picture of a cosplayer at a con. That was a real person in a Deadpool outfit. But I wanted him to look like he was coming out of a comic book. So he's realistic, but if you look, he's just ever so painted, right? And so I've had this habit ever since then, because he was one of the first edits I ever did. And ever since then, I've had a habit of making everything a little bit painted. I don't know why. I like it. It just makes a little more art. Makes it feel a little more like real art. Photography is art. We could talk about, it's a whole fucking thing. But, like, I don't know. It just makes it feel a little more special when it's not just a real photo. But these are real pictures that I find, composite, layer, and then as I'm doing that, these planets are painted. I just made circles and did basic highlight and shadow. But for the most part, I want it to look drawn. I want it to look slightly low res sometimes, not every time. But for Star Wars stuff especially, it feels, I don't know, there's just like a retro vibe when it looks a little more painted to me. That's just my aesthetic choice. Somebody else might think it looks like shit, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Ooh, I'm almost out of juice. So same gist as before. Select subject, get her off the old background, get her on the new one, blend her down, make her looking nice. See, it just kind of color totally shifts. Little overlay kind of helps it pull out some of that color, some of that shadow, a little more of those highlights. And then I do my lighting effects just to kind of alter the subject and the background at the same time so it doesn't look so separate, it looks more cohesive. And I think that's it for her there. Put her back into Lightroom. And where is she? There she is. There's the before. And that's after Photoshop and presets. I like it. I'm actually quite pleased with, like, the selection came out really fucking clean. It just, I believe it. The color, I got the color of the beach to fucking reflect off of her outfit right here. Like, she looks like she's been there on the beach. I didn't take her spots off. Like, I left it. I was thinking about that. I was like, oh shit, do I want to clean her up? No. You know what? She's probably been in battle. That's why her shit's all scratched up. Like, you know? Yeah. And then I just kept that. I made her look a little painted too. There is a bit of an overlay over her that I put in Photoshop at the end. But I like it. I like it when it's just a little more painted. I don't know. It's different. It's interesting to me. And then the last one for her that I got into was this one. I always like to do a close-up. I get so in the habit of editing landscape orientation images, right? Images that are like this. And typically I don't always edit portrait orientation, right? Images that are like this. So I picked this one just because I wanted one more kind of synthwave beach vibe. Put it in Photoshop. Whoop, we can get rid of that. We're done with that, right? Ah, here she is. Yeah. Same breakdown as before. Layered, composited to death. Filtered. Made it look... I also put a Gaussian blur on all my backgrounds. So, like, because I'm a photographer, I understand that background and subject, what is that, depth of field? There it is. I understand depth of field. So if my subject is really, really close to the camera and I'm using the right f-stop, it also depends on the f-stop. You can have a sharp subject close to you and a sharp background far away from you, depending upon what your aperture is set to. But I like when I have a close-up, when I have a subject real close, like that armorer back there, for example, we talked about a moment ago. The background needs to be blurred to shit. I like a bokeh. I like a bokeh background because I've been doing photography for a while. So after compositing a background here, if my subject's a little more close, that last beach scene wasn't a good example because more of the environment is more landscape, right? She and the environment are more in focus, but with this one she's closer, and in real life I would blow out my background. Like, you'd still see, it wouldn't be completely blurred, but it would be a little blown out, like blurred wise. So I just take a Gaussian blur. It looks like I had it up to 8.5 here. Or was that? Oh, that was for a different thing. Looks like I had it on just a little bit of a blur, you know what I mean? Just to blow it out, just to make her look like she's standing in front of a camera. Like we did a photo shoot on that beach. Lurking because streaming, but have a good stream. Oh hey, Maple Glades. Shoot. Yeah, thanks for coming by. I'm not good at multitasking. I could never go and lurk while I'm streaming. Sounds like you can do a lot. That's amazing. I envy you. Alright, so same steps as before. I did this by myself. Selected the subject off of her original background. Whittled it down with the quick select, the masking, the brush. Copy, paste, get her off the old background, get her on a new one. Clone that a few times. I didn't give her a shadow here because she's outside. She's not up against a wall. So there's no reason for her to be casting a shadow right behind her. It would look a little strange. So in the previous ones we just looked at, we typically take one of these layers, blacken it out, blur it to hell. That's your shadow. You can move it around. But in this one I didn't need that, so I just did my little overlay thing. Started fucking around with the light. Even more messing around with the light. Must have been happy with that. Put her back into Lightroom. And then, yeah, definitely must have used a preset because the blue looks nicer there. And that's that. That's her. I like it. I don't know. I have no idea if these cosplayers like it because I send them an email. And then that's it. I don't hear anything. Or there's one I know who likes it because he got all of his images. Like he wanted all of them. And he's been sharing the hell out of them. And sharing every time I share his he's been sharing them. So like that's nice. But for the most part, I couldn't tell you if any of these people actually like the stuff. I don't hear from a lot of the cosplayers that like I don't hear the feedback or anything. I just kind of assume if they share it, they like it. If they don't, they didn't. I know Hikari Rose here. I've worked with them before, and I know they like the shit I do because they've worked with me more than once. But yeah, that's what we did with that, and that's the end of the Mandos. The only two things I have left here that I want to do is this guy. This was a couple too, so I really want to do their stuff. I have two picked out for him. I want to edit this one and this one because I just love that angle. And then I also, I also have this one and this one, potentially. I might just do one. But I just like the shot. And I know I could do something really cool with the background. I'm just not sure what. So that's something to think about. That's something I'm going to think about. But that's the last two from this. I also have to deliver. There's one more to deliver. All of these have been delivered to the people that are in the photos, except this fella. I got to deliver these today. He might be watching right now. Hi, if you're watching, bud. I made your lightsaber blue. Hope that's okay. I forgot to ask what color your saber was, but I'm just gonna go with blue because that's pretty standard Jedi color. Blue, green, purple. Well, only Windu had purple, didn't he? Blue, green. But yeah, those I gotta deliver. That didn't take very long. Those are pretty easy edits, just making a lightsaber. Doing that for the first time was a trick. Doing that the first time I learned how to do that, it was a little bit of a... It was a learning curve. I did a Sith... I did a, shit. What was his name? God damn it. Why am I blanking? Let's see if I can find it. Now I'm curious. Starkiller. No. Starkiller? Is that the name of something? Thank you. Yes, it was a Starkiller. Ha. Blech. I remember stuff. Yeah, one of the first things I ever shot, Star Wars character-wise, was a Starkiller. Yeah, he looked like that. I just thought it looked badass. I might have it on my website. Let's see. It's an old one, so it's not like my best work. was the first time I edited a lightsaber. That was the point. And red is fucking hard to make red look like it's glowing. I really picked the fucking hardest one to start with, was a red one. I was painting this blue one. I paint lightsabers from scratch, and I was painting this blue one the other day, and I was like, oh, blue is great. Blue's already a bright color. Red doesn't want to glow. You have to force it. Here he is. This was the Star Killer. That was my first attempt at a lightsaber. That's actually how my camera picked it up. Like his saber lit up. But of course, lightsaber, they're fucking toys, essentially, even the nice prop ones. But that's what I did with it. That was my first attempt. Yeah, I can't wait to work with you too, Hikari. Like, honestly. Even if we don't get to shoot, we just have coffee. It'll be nice to hang out. So that was my first attempt at a lightsaber. That was my Star Killer. I thought he looked awesome. And then recently, let's see. Let me take a good mental image of that. That was my first red lightsaber. First red one. Okay. I've done one recently. PFF last year, Phoenix Fan Fusion. I had a Darth Maul that looked phenomenal. There's my Deadpool. Look close. He's painted. He looks drawn. He's got fucking duotone circles and shit. Anyway, the latest red lightsaber is... Damn, I have a lot of cosplay. Fuck. Hold on. Stay on the ride with me, guys. Hold on. We're getting there. We're getting closer. There he is. Oh, I showed. Yeah, look at that. Sometimes I'll put sometimes I'll put before and after. Before and after. Before and after. There you go. Sometimes I'll put before and afters on my website, just hopefully to blow someone's mind. That fucking security tag. We don't like those. We take those off. But yeah, this was my latest red lightsaber. I think it's a little bit better than the first one. I've gotten better at it. 'Tis not bad. So yeah, not bad. And every time I edit, I'm learning. I want to do something different with this Celine. She wasn't allowed to have guns, and this character is a very gun-heavy character. Also, it was summer, so she's already wearing all this fucking PU leather shit, and she didn't have the trench coat. If I can get her outside on a ledge, like not high up, just anywhere on a ledge that's high enough for the coat to hang off with some guns in her hands. I have so many ideas to edit. It's Celine from Underworld, if you don't know what this character is, but oh my god. I want to do more with that character. That would be so much fun. This was fun. Lucy was cool. Shit, I need to upload some stuff. I got some new stuff I need to put up. So that's what's going on now. We're done with her. I gotta deliver that Jedi's stuff to him, and then these few are the last ones I'm gonna do. So by the time I'm only streaming like once or twice a week, so by the time you see me again, these will be done. And all that shit will be delivered. And then I want to try to get back into to keep this momentum going. There's still some SDCC shit that I never got around to from last year. We've got a few done. I did Ahsoka, I did a Morpheus, Poison Ivy, Rocketeer, a Spider-Man, a Wolverine. Of course, that's my buddy Nick. I had to do this one. But there's still a bunch more, because goddamn, SDCC is, if anything, it's good for just endless content. And I knew that going in. I was like, I'm going to be here 4 days, I'm going to shoot for 2, and have content for a year. And that's what it's turned out. I have more than enough. So there's still some Comic-Con, like San Diego Comic-Con content that I want to do. Here we go, SDCC to edit. I still got a bunch of Star Wars shit. We can shift gears and do Disney princesses. I got a Beetlejuice, a Hellgirl, that's a gender-bent Hellboy I want to edit. Just one shot of her, but I like it. I got a Pyramid Head. Just so much. But yeah, these are all my shots from SDCC last year. There's so much. Catwoman, fucking, oh my god, this was great. This Daredevil, I've been meaning to edit this. It's a great shot. Like these are prime for doing what I do. Oh god, this poor guy, my buddy Mike. If I doubt he watches my streams, but if you do, Mike, and you catch this, I promise, dude, I did not forget about you. I want to edit your shit. He's an amazing prop maker. He actually owns a toy company. He makes toys. I think it's called HBT Toys? HTB Toys? HTB Toys. Maybe. I don't know. Look it up. Instagram, HTB Toys. But, he makes all this shit. Like this huge ass bat weighed nothing. It was awesome. I have a skull, a Ghost Rider skull that he made, that he gave me. It's pretty cool. It's in my living room. But yeah, I want to edit these for him because they're such great shots. I just haven't. But I'm going to make his this glow. This is going to glow up like a lightsaber, like bright red. And yeah, I got burnt there for a while. I did so much. I'll do a lot of cosplay and then I'll get burnt and then I'll do something else and then I'll come back to it. So I might take like a brief hiatus from the cosplay stuff, but probably not. This is what fuels my Twitch stream because I don't like to edit the boring, like all this other shit that I have here, like all these grads and engagements and families, and here's a wedding that I did. This is just to upload to my portfolio. This is just shit I need to get on my website before I put it on a hard drive. So, but yeah, that stuff's not interesting for you to look at. If I ever have another, not if, but when I ever have another like pet shoot or something, maybe I'll edit that on stream because everybody loves animals. But other than that, I'd rather just show you the fun stuff, the cosplay stuff, you know, where we actually do something interesting. What time is it? Oh shoot, it's 5. Okay. Where I live, it's 5, and I haven't had anything to eat since breakfast, so I think it's about time for me to find food. Might go hunting and gathering. Yeah. So, recap, before I go. What did we do today? What did we learn? Probably not much. Oh yeah, I deleted everything as I went, because I don't like fucking saving big ass files. So, what we've done so far, we'll just cycle through these bad mamma jammas. So here's the first set. A few streams ago, we worked on these. We had the Fox Mando. Love it, it's so cool. It's one of my favorite things. It's really neat. That's a cool kit. I think I put it in a really cool environment. I like it at least. And what else? I showed you that. Oh, that was the first one I finished. My buddy Zane. I got a thing for putting halos behind Mandalorians. I don't know why. I just got a thing for it. I think it's a religious thing. I was thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, Mandalorian. It's a religion. It's kind of... It's a nod to like religious symbology. So this is why it's taken me a month to get all these done, because I bit off an awful lot, probably more than I should. But I took my time, and I'm pretty happy with these. I think they're neat. I don't know, you tell me. You like them? You think they're shit? You don't like it? What do you think? Good? Bad? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I'm really happy with the way that blended into its background. It's just satisfying. I think I've gotten better at this over the years. I think there's still little things that I personally can point out and be like, nah. And I always want to get better. Like, there's so many things I want to do. I see other people's work. There's a reason I don't follow a lot of other photographers, because I get easily discouraged. And if I can't make my work, like, I don't want to look like anybody else's, but I want to take, like, elements. Like, I see how somebody uses lighting in their painting or something like that in their picture. And it's like, fuck. how do I do that? And then I don't know. And sometimes they're not the kind of person who wants to share information. That's why if anybody asks me anything, none of this shit is like proprietary to me anymore. I don't have the idea that, oh, because I do it a certain way, it belongs to me. It doesn't matter. There were people before me who did work like this, and there's going to be a lot of people after me who do work like this, and if I can share any of the ideas that are running around in this electrified chunk of bacon, then I'm going to get them out and share them with you before this turns off one day. For lack of a better way to put it. As much, if I can share information, then that can help someone else do this, or whatever the fuck they want to do, and it's helpful to them in some way, let's get it out there. Let's share that information, if that makes sense. So, I should have been clicking as I was talking, sorry. Started ranting. Here's our rhino guy. I don't know, what do you call this kind of Mandalorian? I forget. I know there's a name. This is a Death Watch. I'm learning. I'm a Star Wars fan. I just, forget the nuanced things. There's so many things. I love this one. I feel like I did a good job on that one. That was fun. And these are the ones I want to do. And then here's the last ones we went over today. Pretty happy with these too. I like that one. I think I nailed it. She's sitting on that rock. So is that mask. Look at that shadow. Ugh. Happy with that. I'm happy with that. I think I did a good job. She's kind of on like a synthwave beach. A purple alien beach. Right on. Why not? And that's that, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen, and theydies and gentle thems. That's it. That's it for Mandos. Oh my god. Next time you see me, I'll probably have those Imperial dudes done. And then maybe we'll get into... I definitely want to get into some of the stuff from SDCC. In fact, somebody reached out to me from SDCC, and they were like, hey, did you ever edit these? And I was like, nah, fam, I still have a lot to do. In fact, let me scroll through these. Oh, this fucking Palpatine's gonna be fun. I'm gonna make lightning shoot out of his fingers. That'll be cool to work on. Yeah, there they are. Okay, I got them. I gotcha. I see you. This person reached out to me, and they were like, hey, you took our picture. And I was like, I did, and I fucking love your character, and I still want to edit it. So, just give me a second. A long year. I had a death in the family 2 days after I got back from Comic-Con. Like, pretty close family. So, it kind of threw me off my everything for a little while. Not as bad as when my mom died, but pretty bad. Yeah, there's plenty of good material. We got material for days, boy. We got streams on streams on streams. We got content. We got potential. We have the potential for content. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's it for now. So, without further ado, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. Ooh, new followers. Ooh, let's give them a shout out again. Georgian. I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. Thank you for following. Trucklarvod, thank you for following. FSons23, thank you for following. Who shouted out today? We got first time shouters, thank you guys. Low bass, as usual, thank you so much for poking your little head in. I hope everything's going well for you, buddy. I don't have any advice for you, but if you ever want it, you're welcome to talk. Or if you ever want to just talk and not have advice, I'm here to listen. So yeah, anyway, I hope things are going to get better for you, dude. And don't worry, you're never alone. We can talk about it sometime. But yeah, don't worry about it. You're never going to be alone. That's why we have this network. That's why we have this community, right? So we can all be there for each other. Who else? What else? Low bass. God damn it, Josh. Get your hair done. Can't wait to see what it looks like. Maple Glades, thanks for popping by. I'll go pop by yours if you're still streaming. And Hikari, my turn to head out for food. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, me too. All right, well, thank you everyone for joining, chatting, watching, lurking, whatever. If you got Amazon Prime, feel free to throw that sub my way or anybody's way on Twitch. Just make sure you use it so Bezo can't keep your $5. What else? I stream once or twice a week, typically in the middle of the week. If you want to catch me, follow me, hit that little heart icon, and you'll at least get a notification the next time I go live. I think that's it. I think that's all the things I'm supposed to say. So, yeah. This has been Big Click Energy. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the Mandalorians. And if you want to catch this again, I upload these to YouTube, so they're VODs. So, have fun. Share that. And if you see my work, if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, I'm not on Twitter anymore. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. If you ever see my work pop up, please interact with it. Like, comment, share it, whatever. It helps beat the algorithm and helps get my work in front of more eyes. So I appreciate that. Again, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.